everybody. We're going to do a little power flow sequence for today. So I'll just have you start up at the top of your mat, standing. You can have your hands down to your sides or hands together in front of your heart. And we'll just take a breath here for centering to start your practice. And then exhale. Perhaps a mental om. So as you inhale here, could connect that mental om with your exhale. And we'll start by inhaling, reach the arms up, maybe you look up, and then exhale to fold forward. Take a halfway lift, draw the shoulders back, and then exhale, plant your hands lower, step back to chaturanga, which is low plank. Inhale, heart comes up, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. We'll take a few breaths here. Heavy the heels. Inhale, arms are strong, navel pulls in towards the spine. And we'll take one more breath in. As you breathe out, bend your knees, look forward, walk, step, hop, feet to hands. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. And exhale, fold. Inhale to come all the way up. Exhale, fold. Lift halfway for a full inhale. And then exhale, lower down, chaturanga or no plank. Inhale, pull your heart up, legs are strong. And then exhale, hips pull up and back. Let your head be heavy. Take one more breath in here. Exhale, look forward, prepare, bend the knees, feet to hands. Halfway to lift and fold. Come all the way up, we'll do that one more time. Fold forward, hinge at the hips, keep the spine long. Lift and lengthen. Plant your hands lower down. Inhale, pull through heels, draw together. And then exhale to go back. Take a big breath in. Exhale, look forward, feet to hands. Next inhale is your halfway lift and fold. Chair pose, drop your seat. Hands can come into the heart or perhaps they reach up. Bring your bum towards the back of your mat. Lift your heart, low belly in and up. One more breath in. Exhale, fold and release. Halfway lift, shoulders back. And then exhale, chaturanga. Pull up, armpits back, legs are strong. And then hips go high. Step your right foot forward, warrior one. Stay here. So you breathe out. Strong back leg, breathe in. Stay to breathe out. One more breath here, and then plant your hands high to low or no plank. Inhale, strong arms and legs lift. Exhale, hips back. Step your left foot forward, warrior one, Virabhadrasana, 1 second side. Organize the torso to face the front of your mat or space. Take one more breath here. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, up and through. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Take a big breath in. And then out, look forward, come to the top of your mat. Halfway lift. Fold. Chair pose, drop your seat, lift your heart. Stay, breathe out. Inhale, draw the navel in and up. Soften your jaw. Last breath, arms reach. Exhale, fold, release. Halfway lift again. Plant your hands lower down. Inhale, up and through. And then exhale, hips back. Right leg steps forward, Virabhadrasana 1, arms up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, pull up and through. And then go back. Second side, left foot comes through. Inhale all the way to the top, warrior one. Exhale all the way down through low plank. Pull through, heart opener, back bend, downward facing dog. Take a breath in and a breath out. Look forward, come to the top of your mat. Halfway lift and fold. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Stay here. Breath in. Soften your jaw. One more breath. And then fold forward, release. Take your halfway lift. Plant your hands lower down. Inhale, pull up. Exhale, go back. From your downward facing dog, raise your right leg back behind you. You can stay here. Maybe you bend your knee and peel open. Maybe you flip your dog so the right foot comes over to the floor. Lift the hips up as if you're coming into wheel pose. One more breath. Flip back over, three-legged dog, low plank. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, hips lift. Second side, left leg reaches up and back, three-legged dog. Push equally into the hands. Stay. Peel open or flip your dog. Breathe here. So really important to get a big breath, go high, and then come on back over, three-legged dog to low plank. Pull up and through, make space, and then exhale, go back. Take a big breath in, and a big breath out. Step your right foot through, warrior one. Open up, warrior two, widen the space between the feet. Take an inhale, reverse your warrior. And then come on back through, triangle pose. Straighten your front leg, hinge forward, and then down. So you want to have lots of space for the spine, for the breath. Take one more breath. Now look down, come on back up, warrior two. Extended side angle. Reach forward, elbow might come to thigh, hand might reach up. You can also work at bringing your hand down towards the floor. Take one more breath. Look down, plant your hand, high plank. Moving into a side plank, right hand or elbow underneath the face, flick the body over, pike the hips up, 3 breaths. Long spine for 2. Last breath here, look down, plant your hands and lower. Inhale, pull through, and then down dog. Take one breath in, empty, left foot steps forward, warrior one brings you up, warrior two opens up. Breath here, long tall spine, soften the shoulders. Exalt to the warrior, reach up, reach back, come back to warrior two, extended side angle, we reach forward to lengthen the under ribs, hand to thigh, arm might come up, hand might come lower to the floor to a block, and the other arm might come overhead. Take another breath. Peel open, look down, plant your hands, high plank, side plank, Vajradhana, second side, left hand or elbow, turning over, you can be on your feet, on your knees, pike the hips up and breathe. One more. And then look down, low plank. Inhale, up and through. Strong legs. Exhale, go back. Take a big breath in. Empty. One more here. Exhale, look forward, bend your knees, go forward. Halfway lift and fold. Coming all the way up. And then hands to heart. Take a breath here, soften your jaw, your gaze. Eagle pose. You can start in a chair pose. We're going to take that right leg, scissor it up and over the left. You might get a second bind. We're going to do the same thing with the arms, right arm under, and really squeeze it in through center. Try to sit back a little lower. Use your drishti, your gaze, to support you. One more breath. Exhale. Inhale, unravel, reach up. Exhale, second side. Left arm under, left leg over. Dekasana, eagle pose. Think about squaring your hips here. So sort of draw that left hip back. Knees over to the left slightly. Arms go up and in towards the chest with the elbows. Palms can pull away from the face. One more breath. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, reach up, unravel. And then hands to heart. Airplane pose. So you can start by just hiking that right heel up off the floor. It's like a cinching of the core and the hip. And then leaning forward here. So keeping a long spine. Airplane pose. You can keep your hands at heart center. They may reach behind you. If it's available for you to come down towards the floor and open your hip coming into half moon, you might also do that. Arm can go up and gaze. One more breath. And then step together, chair pose, breath in. And then exhale, come to stand. Take a reset breath here. Second side, preparing for airplane with that left heel coming up. So we're using the stability of the right side, hinging on that right hip, coming into airplane. Push into the heel, get really long to the top of the head. Stay here, arms might go back. Or if it's available, for right hand to the floor, half moon. So the hips open, the arms might open, the gaze might open. Take one more breath. And then step your feet together, chair pose, bum down, heart high, breath in. This time fold forward, exhale. Take a halfway lift to lengthen your spine and fold. I'm going to step the feet apart about 2 hands width or towards the edges of your mat. And you can take a forward fold of your choice, elbows, or connect your peace sign fingers around your big toes. Padangusthasana, and then fold forward. Soften your neck. You can yes and no with your neck. Take a big breath here. And then exhale. One more, get really long. And then empty. Release your hold. Bring your feet back to your preferred stance. That might be it. Or toes touching, heels slightly apart. Find your halfway lift again. And then plant your hands, chaturanga. Inhale to come up and through. And then exhale to go back. Take a breath in here. Empty. Raise your right leg back behind you. Exhale, knee to nose, turbo dog. So you're going to come forward, shoulders over wrists, and then push it back again. This time, knee to left elbow, so there's a little swivel for the obliques, and push it back. And then one more time, right elbow, and push it back. Step that foot up and through, crescent lunge. So arms come up, squaring torso, hips to the front. Take a breath in. And then exhale, hands to heart. We're going to revolve, so lengthening the spine forward. You might hook the elbow on the thigh as you start to twist and swivel. Get a long spine and long breath. Take one more here. Twist. We're going to bring that left hand down to the floor. Left foot swivels and step back into a plank pose. So the front foot might step back halfway. It might step back all the way. Take a big breath in and then plant your hands low plank. Inhale up and then exhale back. Take a big breath in and out. And left side, inhale the leg back. Exhale, knee to nose, turbo dog. Inhale back, right elbow, and back, left elbow. One more time back, step it through, crescent lunge. Come on up, settle, breath in, hands to heart. Take an inhale to lengthen the spine, exhale to twist. Lengthen again, twist. One more time, back leg is strong. And then again, we're gonna drop that bottom hand, find our way into side plank. So modify as needed. 2 more breaths. And then look down, plant your hand, low plank. Inhale, pull through, and then exhale, go back. Take a big breath in, and then empty. Bring your knees down to the earth. Take a moment, sit back on your heels, little baby camel, so hands behind. Lifting the heart space, squeeze the shoulders. Bum might come off of the heels. Head might drop back. One more breath. And then come on back down. Take a moment. You can repeat that same camel or Ustrasana, setting up from the knees to have, you can either tuck your toes or lay your feet flat. Hands can come behind, finding a nice heart opener. So directing the hips forward as the heart lifts, right? We want there to be a lot of space. Draw the elbows back. One more. And then come on back. Neutral can be hands down, or maybe you take a seat. One more camel pose. So if there's space for you, maybe reaching back for the heels, or you can, use your arms, whatever variation. Set it up the same so we're not rushing into the posture. Squeeze the elbows and shoulders behind you, maybe looking for the heels. Lift the chest and breathe in and then out. Coming back through center and then back to neutral. And be coming onto your seat for boat pose, Navasana. So this is a strengthener for the core, and we mean the whole trunk when we talk about the core. So different variations for boat, teetering on the hips with a long spine and a high heart. You can take whatever variation works for you. If the feet can come up and the hands can release, great. Take a breath in. This is high boat. We're going to transfer down to a low boat, which is a hover of the legs and the torso. Inhale high. Exhale low. Again, high boat. Low boat. One more high boat. This time low boat. You can keep your arms here, reach them overhead and scissor the legs for 10, 9, 8, 7, breathe, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Maybe a big stretch feels good from the toes to the fingertips. And then you can hug your knees in towards your chest. If happy baby works for you, taking the feet are behind the knees and creating a little compression for the hips. Making some space in the hips, so it's sort of like a little frog pose from your back. And then bring your knees in towards your chest, so you can either hug the shins or behind the knees, and take a couple of rocks along your spine. So we're trying to get all the way up onto the seat 3 or 4 times and making your way onto your bum. So we're going to come into fire log pose, which is a double pigeon or a figure 4. We'll start with the right leg on the bottom and the left leg can come on top. So we want to stack the shins and the feet. So there might be lots of space. That's totally fine. As long as both sides of your bum, your sit bones are down. kind of lifting and hinging from the hips. You can stay here, or if it works for you, to start to walk forward. Lengthen the spine as if your chest could come towards your shins, and then you can support your head accordingly. You might have hands there. And taking a few breaths. This is a double hip opener, maybe a little more for that left leg that's on top. One more breath. And then come on back up. So to release, you might plant your feet and send your knees side to side, or straighten your legs, really whatever would feel okay for you. And we'll do that on the other side. So that'll be the left leg on the bottom. Think about it being across the front of your space, and then that right leg on top. So flexing the feet is a great way to protect the knees, usually noticing in hips the difference between one side and the other. So coming into whatever space works for you. It's better to be in, something that you are getting, the benefit of that, than bypassing that and thinking you need to go somewhere else. We don't. We need to just work from what is available in our bodies today. Take 2 more breaths. And then come on back up again, releasing that. You can unravel, straighten, or bend the knees side to side. Coming down onto your back, coming into bridge pose. We're going to set up using the feet planted, just coming in towards the seat as the spine comes down. So you can either have your hands pressing down, you might have robot arms, or clasping the hands behind. We're going to push into the feet, send the shins somewhat forward, giving that space for the hips to lift away from the floor. If it works for you, you can clasp hands and roll your shoulders underneath, trying to get the hips up nice and high, and maybe lifting the toes or lifting the heels for a little bit more space. Let's take one more breath here, and then come on down. We're going to do wheel again, or bridge pose, excuse me. If wheel is in your practice, you can do that. So we're not going to workshop that today, but where the hands land in beside the shoulders, and then pushing up with the hips. Okay, so bridge or wheel. Taking a couple of breaths here. One more. And then releasing back down. Taking a moment, either letting the knees fall away from each other, Supta Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose, or if the low back needs some space, tent the knees in together and have the feet out nice and wide. Try to get a little bit longer through that lumbar area, the low back, and let the shoulders be supported on the earth. Taking a moment to recalibrate through center. We can come into either waterfall pose, Viparita Karani, or shoulder stand. So this is, hands can come underneath of the hips, legs can extend up towards the sky. If shoulder stand is in your practice, it's where the hips come all the way up. So there's lots of energy in the legs to lift, and there's lots of support from the elbows and the shoulders and the arms. Take another breath or two here. And then when you're ready, you can support yourself to curl back down if you were up, and release. Finishing with some twists. So any variation of a twist that works for you, can simply drop your knees over to the right. If you want to get a little bit deeper, creating a bind and maybe scooting the hips to the left a little bit. So it's a twist is for your whole spine. That might include your head. And take another breath. And come back through center slowly. Take a moment, a little pause at center. And then preparing for the other side. So whatever your variation of your twist is on this side, great. One more breath here. Coming back through center. Any last little bits for your practice if you would like to hug your knees in, or maybe take another happy baby. And then finishing your practice in a Shavasana, where I will be signing off so you can take as much time as you like or is available to you in your ending space. And namaste. Thank you so much for sharing your practice today.